Sustainability can move from a company goal to something that employees recognize in their daily work, feel able to act on, and can support in their own role. Organizations play an important role in addressing climate change, but the likelihood that they achieve their environmental goals largely depends on the employees who work there. Hi, my name is Brian Wagner. I'm a PhD candidate in the environmental psychology group at the University of Groningen, and together with van der Werff and Linda Steg, I recently published a paper on the role of values and efficacy beliefs in workplace pro-environmental behavior. In our study, we wanted to understand why employees engage in pro-environmental behavior at work, and we focus on two ways they can do so. The first is in-role pro-environmental behavior. These are actions that are part of someone's formal work role, such as making our work practices, procedures, policies, products, or services more environmentally friendly. The second is environmental advocacy. This means encouraging other people to take environmental action at work, for example, by informing, motivating, advising, or collaborating with colleagues, customers, or even management. We found that employees were more likely to engage in both types of behavior when they personally cared about protecting nature and the environment. We also find that they were more likely to act when they more strongly believe that their organization also values environmental protection. These values are related to pro-environmental behavior in part because they influence employees' efficacy beliefs. First, both types of values are related to the extent to which employees feel able to change the way they work to reduce their environmental impact. We call this self-efficacy. Second, both values are also related to the extent to which employees believe that employees as a group could reduce the organization's environmental impact. We call this collective outcome efficacy. In other words, the more employees care about the environment and think the organization also cares more, the more they feel able to do something and believe that people at work can make a difference together. This in turn increases the likelihood of them taking action themselves. Organizations can encourage this behavior by clearly communicating the environmental values of the organization, showing employees what they can do in their own role and facilitate these actions, but also making clear how these actions can reduce the organizational environmental impact, especially when people at work act together. Sustainability can move from a company goal to something that employees recognize in their daily work, feel able to act on, and can support in their own role.